like many people, surprisingly a number of people, I have been supportive of Ron Paul and many of his policies. Although I'm not a particularly political person, but what I have noticed is that he unfortunately has not been able to mount any sort of substantive campaign. And in past videos I've mentioned Paul. A lot of response has been the media's against Paul, and the cards are stacked, and it's not true. There's actually more support, and the polls are wrong, etc., etc. This all may well be true, but the fact of the matter is Paul has not been able to put together a substantive campaign, and the polls consistently show him at 7 or 8, 9%. He's never been in double digits, or if he has, he's gone up but come down. And the types of publicity that he does get are that he wants to take away scholarships from poor kids, or the latest was that the U.S. was at fault for 9/11, which part of what he's saying is true. On 9/11, there were many Arab groups that were very upset with U.S. foreign policy, and at the time, and continue to be, and that could have well been a factor in the events of 9/11. But Paul does not seem to demonstrate the ability to articulate that in a way that comes across as making sense, and so he continues to present the image that he is kind of a loose cannon and an extremist in many ways, where I don't think that's the case, and much of what he says is absolutely dead on right. But unfortunately, he's not been able to mount this. Now, whether he has said that he will not be a third-party candidate, which may or may not be so, I kind of hold him to his word at that, because whoever the nominee will be, he could definitely hurt that candidate if he became a third-party candidate, the Republican nominee. But it doesn't appear at this point, as the primaries are just around the corner now, that he's going to be anywhere in the race, and that probably after a very few number of states have voted and he does not make a very good showing, he may still stay in the race, but at that point basically everyone will write him off. And it's unfortunate, because I do like Ron Paul, but I'm rather disappointed that he hasn't been able to mount a better campaign. At least that's the way it looks in a little bit less than a year away from the election in late November here of 2011.